I love those large butter beans and I use them very often. I drain them out, a little can of butter beans, and you add some garlic to it, you get some onion to it, a little bit of herbs, parsley, chives, whatever you have, you know, salt and pepper, of course, lemon juice, and a little bit of mustard, French mustard. This way, olive oil, and that's it. You have a great dish here that often I serve as an accompaniment to meat or even to fish, but more often than not, I just serve it like that as a first course kind of canapé. And it's great to eat this way. It's healthy, it's delicious. Butter beans canapé. Make your pantry work for you. I'm Jacques Pépin, and this is fast food my way. Happy cooking. I have spinach flavors today with a tropical finish. This is the menu of today. And I started already. I have a beautiful chorizo here. This is Spanish chorizo, you know, very reddish. There is a lot of paprika in there, and that's why it gets reddish like that, very flavorful. And I browned this for about 4 or 5 minutes, and I add some chicken leg with it, without the skin, and we're going to continue with the whole garnish of the paella. The paella, of course, is the classic Spanish dish. You know, it's a whole meal in itself, and I love to do that summer and winter. So onion in it, the proportions are relatively important, but at least I would say, yeah, half a cup, 3/4 cup of onion in there. And then a lot of other things are going in. Mushroom, so about a cup of mushroom as well. You can have wild mushroom as well as domestic mushroom. And again, cut coarsely like this. You know, it's not very important for that. Now we have shellfish with this that will be cooked at the end. But for the time being, we'll start with all of the vegetables. So first, browning the sausage and the chicken. Then we continue with the vegetables. So onion. Now I have 3 cloves of garlic here. I'm going to add the garlic, just crush it, you know, and very coarsely chopped. That will go in there. I always get at my market also some red salsa, so-called, and it's pretty spicy, and I very often use it in an ingredient like this. And of course, there the rice, it's a paella rice, you know, which is a short grain, and that should go next because you want to mix it in the fat in the bottom of this. You want to separate it like that, mixing with the fat. And of course, the advantage of that type of thing is that you can start, you know, you can start earlier browning your chicken, doing all of this, and like 30 minutes before your guests are getting there, then you can add all of the rest of what I'm doing now. So you can really do that ahead. Okay, so there, I'm putting a little bit of the salsa. I have some tomato here, and I have alcaparado. Yeah, it's a mixture of alcaparado, and it's a mixture where you have garlic slice in it, you have red pepper in it, you have olives in there. This is a classic Spanish mixture, and I'm putting some of it in there for the special accent. And of course, we don't want to forget saffron. And the saffron here is the stigma or the pistil of crocuses, and it takes about 40,000 or 45,000 flowers to make a pound of saffron. So saffron is very expensive, and but it goes a long way. So here, the saffron will come from a different part of the world, in fact Iraq too, but I think that the best one is probably the one from Spain already, and that's what I do. When I go to Spain, at the airport, I buy saffron. Okay, so this is all mixed in there. And now I have to add my liquid. So the liquid there is chicken stock. And the chicken stock doesn't really have any salt. I should taste it. You can see the beautiful color. This is a copper kind of paella pan, and I would want to cook it in there and just serve it on the table into that thing, you know. We taste it. I need a bit more salt. Okay, so that will come to a boil, and the rice will come first for about 10-12 minutes before we put the shellfish in it, and finally some peas at the end. You can put asparagus as well and so forth. So here I'm covering it. Okay. Next, we stay in Spain there. We're going to do a classic gazpacho. And the gazpacho is the quintessential summer soup, you know, cold soup. And when the garden is exploding with cucumber and tomato and pepper and so forth. And that's what we're going to do here. And I will start by peeling the cucumber. When you peel anything long like this, the first thing is to trim the end of it. And after you trim the end of it, you can hold it this way, and now you have a platform here, so you can do that with one streak. You know, one streak like that, and you make it pivot on your hand. This is the proper technique to peel something. Split in half. You can see the seed, though they are not seedless cucumber. Actually, even the seedless cucumber, frankly, I remove the seed. Okay. Now, to remove the seed, one of the mistakes often people go with the spoon like that and break the cucumber. Use the edge of the spoon, go around the edge, and turn on the other side on the other edge. That removes it without breaking the cucumber. Yeah? Okay. So, for this we need about maybe a good half a cup for 4 people there. We're doing a good half a cup of little diced cucumber, which are going to be used as a garnish when you serve your cucumber. So here it is. Should be fine. First garnish. There. Okay. And the rest of the cucumber, I don't have to worry too much. I can cut it actually coarsely. So I can cut. I have garlic here, 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to cut a bit smaller too, and I can start putting this in there. Okay. Next ingredient in there, I have my cucumber, pepper. Now the pepper here, it's good if you can peel it, you know, and I can peel it with this, as you can see. Those are great vegetable peeler. And I can go all around and peel the pepper. Now, of course, you can see that I cannot go into the pleat where I have the pleat. So what you do after, you cut where you have the pleat here to remove this, so that now I can expose the side here and finish peeling it. It is much better, certainly as a garnish, to peel your pepper, you know. It's less important in the one who goes into the soup. But for the garnish, this is better to do it this way. So that will be my garnish. The rest I don't have to worry too much. I can break it into pieces. That goes in there. This one here. Garnish of the soup. So this is the type of soup you do in summer. Very refreshing. A kind of salad soup if you want. Okay, I have my second garnish now, right here. Remember, they are peeled. Does make a big difference. Much more delicate. The skin, we have no use for it. More cleaning. Now, onion. So a little bit of the onion I want again as a garnish. So I want to cut it coarsely. Oh, I mean finely rather. I have enough onion here. Now if I were to leave that onion like this, within 10 minutes, the sulfuric acid in onion is going to sting your eye and it start discoloring, you know. So when you serve that as a garnish for a gazpacho, or caviar, or a steak tartare, any of this, you put that in a sieve and you rinse it under cold water. That's it. That wash out that compound of sulfuric acid, and those onions will stay white and fluffy for like 2 days if I need it for 2 days. So Drain them out a little bit. And I have nicely chopped onion here. Again, other garnish. That's my third garnish. The rest of it can go in there. That's enough. A little more onion for this. So we are building up the gazpacho right here. Now tomato, same thing with the tomato. You know, I will use, well, you'll take the core of the tomato there. And basically, we'll put about pound and a half of tomato. Cut it in half. The seed and the juice, you know, I can put in there. And then keep a little bit of that for garnish. I may have enough with this. So the rest of it, again, cut coarsely. In there. Okay, that's plenty. Now I will cut this again as a garnish. Yeah, this is plenty. You want to serve about 2-3 tablespoons of the garnish per person. Be enough here. So you don't lose anything. Okay, this is the fourth garnish. Good. Now we're ready to make the soup. Salt on it. A lot of salt, pepper, and in this as a liquid, I like to add a little bit of, you can put tomato juice, but I like to put Bloody Mary mix, which is really spicy, you know, so that goes well with it. I put a cup of it or so. Let's see. Oh, maybe a bit more. And olive oil. Good. Now you could serve it just as such and it's perfectly fine. If you want to be a bit finer, then you can strain it. Strain it because there is still the seed of the tomato and so forth. And if I strain it, I do it into a food mill like this. And remember that the food mill is kind of rough on this side, and this is the side that goes down this way, not the other side. This is the fine blade. There is usually 3 blades, and those are very handy. I mean, I use them very often at home. Okay, 3 legs. But as I say, if you decide that you want it with a bit of seed in it, it's okay. Could be emulsify a little more actually. So that'd be creamier this way. Okay. Some people play tennis, some jog. I use a food mill. I use a whisk. That's what I do for exercise. Okay, that's about fine. So, clean up the bottom. Do it. Nice, smooth, creamy mixture. I want to taste it. I think it's just about right. There is enough salt. There is enough everything. You can remove a little bit of the foam if you want on top. Just for look, really. And that, of course, is more than enough for 4 people. Okay. So we want to serve this. in there. I could actually here is one portion. I will probably mess it up, but maybe not. Oh, here it is. And then you put, of course, all of the different garnish that we have here at the table for people to help themselves, plus some croutons, you know, that I have here. And what I do for the crouton, I cut a day-old bread and I put a little bit of herbe de Provence on top. The herbe de Provence is a mixture of different type of herb, thyme, marjoram, basil sometime, and sometimes lavender flowers as well, you know, and savory in there. I mix it in there, a bit of olive oil, and in the oven. That's a way of using your leftover bread, and it's great with that soup. Okay, yes, the soup is nice and cool. I like it cool, but not ice cold, and maybe a little sprig of dill or something else in a decoration on top, and this is it. Now I think it's time to go back to the paella, and let's see what's going on here. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think my rice is practically cooked. I can taste a piece of it. Still a bit hard, but then now it's time to put the shellfish in it. So I have scallop here. Those are large scallop, as you can see. So 4 or 5 scallop or 1 per person. So you can serve your scallop this way, or here there is a sinew, a kind of tendon which is on the side here. You can remove it, but it's fine in it too. Yeah. And then the shrimp, a couple of shrimp per person. I'm going to have here. The shrimp are in the shell, give me a bit more taste, you know. Push them a little bit into the rice. And finally the mussel here. And my mussel, as you can see, for example, that mussel is open here. If I bang it like this, and I see the mussel is closing, as you can see it's closing here, so the mussel is alive. It's just that it's opening for air, so it's fine. So you can put your mussel on top. You know, I can increase the heat a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of peas in it, you know, the end, and the peas, those are baby tiny peas, frozen. They are perfectly fine, those. In a couple of minutes, when the shellfish start cooking. So this will take a couple of minutes before the shrimp turn really red and the mussel open. Give me a bit of color there. That's nice. And cook another minute or so. And with this, you know, I have an Italian wine here, you know, a Fiano from Puglia. But with the paella myself, I would have a red wine. Should probably have a Tempranillo, a wine from Spain. This happened to be a Merlot from California, and it will be very, very good as well. So I think that's what I'm going to taste. Always taste it, in case something is wrong with the bottle. It's perfectly fine. So I think I'll put a bit of parsley in there. Just, you know, coarsely chopped like this, and we are ready. The best way to serve the paella is to put it right in the middle of the table. Everyone help themselves, and that's it. And it should be crusty in the bottom, which I hope mine is here. So here we are. The big paella for 4 is probably enough for 6 or 8. Okay, now the dessert. And the paella is pretty powerful and consistent, and we started with the gazpacho, which can be filling also with all the garnish. So we have a very simple fruit dessert here, and the fruit dessert is pineapple this time. Basically my desserts are either fruit dessert or chocolate in one way or the other. Okay, so we'll remove this. This is a ripe. You want your pineapple to be ripe. When you get it, we actually need only half of that pineapple here. That half is okay. And you could use a small knife now to get all of the little eye out. The best ever that I've had was in Puerto Rico and in Guadeloupe as well, you know, some long tube one, which are really good. So there, we're going to take the center core out of it. It's kind of woody in the center, although when I do it at home, my wife eats that first. That's what she likes. Okay. And then we can slice it. Thin slice, again, you can do that ahead, you know. To marinate it or macerate it a little bit in there, what I like to put on this is really honey. And I have a good honey here. This is a nifty honey pourer, you know. In a few minutes, you know, the honey will eventually melt, you know, with the rest of the ingredient. What I have is dark rum. The dark rum is classic with the honey. I have another eye here. So a little bit of dark rum. You can actually, you know, mix all of your ingredient in there. But if you're going to marinate it for a while, you know, it's fine to do it the way I'm doing it. So let's put a little bit of the skin of lime on top of it. This is a great thing to use, you know, that metro plane it's called. And I can see the lime there. I can feel it in my hand. I know there is not much juice in that lime because it's really hard. So if you want to have more juice, you drop it in boiling water for a couple of seconds, or you crack it on the table like this to try to crack a little bit of the fiber, or you put it in the microwave oven as well. Okay. Yeah, I can see sometimes they are really cottony, you know, very cottony, and you don't get much out of it. So you can start with this as well. Okay, here. Again. Okay, a very fresh, very fragrant, very simple dessert. You would want to let it marinate for an hour or so. You know, it would be nice. And then, basically what you want to do is just make a ring out of this. Nice ring of pineapple all around. That would be more than enough here. Some juice. And in the center, to gild the lily, as we say, a little bit of mascarpone. And that's great. And you can serve that even with a little piece of the lemon skin on top, just for color, right there. That finished the dish. I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, that menu was perfect for a party, and you can prepare ahead most of it. I mean, the gazpacho can be done ahead. This, of course, is even better when it's done ahead, and most of your paella can also be done ahead with, you know, the finishing at the end. So you have more time to spend with your guests and be the life of the party. Happy cooking!